It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us call am hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over Naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we not talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Aha, now you not done here. All these bad politicians, them we call themselves politicians. When they thief our money, we no want to make the common man get what he supposed get for this country. And I never hear something. Now go hear one, Maiyegun, you go show na paper.
Everybody begin to ask question of competence. And where I was say, you know, say you get the kind of course where you go to study for school. You know, go know where you go get as area of concentration. Everywhere hard. No PC with that. Question where don't forget, when everybody don't finish, everybody don't forget about the question. Peter be bring them up.
You can go and look at this record.
Hey, father.
Again, waiting I don't understand. Then they talk the other time, say 1 billion van just misroad. Worker enter somebody.
Father, yeah? Na money misroad. Practical lesson. You see, they teach us practical.
Okay, but they come talk say they won't carry the thing go headquarters, go where their headquarters is, so make them pay their staff. You know, but I don't know how the worker come there now.
Father, you know everything. They talk say the bullion van they go one company, we go pay their staff. You know, see say that place be like a company where they pay their staff. You know, see staff where staff by the road they wait for the money.
But come, They talk say money no dey inside the bullion van. How they take money?
If they know say money no dey inside the bullion van, that means say they open the bullion van check whether money dey. They won't pay those people by sniffing the bullion van.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun yá.
Ó fún mi 2,000. Ilé inú owó mi dẹ̀ wá bí nìkan. Mo sí ní mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ dé níbi tí ìjẹ̀wò látàárọ̀. Mo ti jọ apẹtẹ tìkọ́tì kòkò láti ṣe pé mi ìdówó mi. Àbí tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ pa mí nísìnyí. Oògùn kí ni mo rà? Ẹni ohun ò tá oògùn ó ti ń bàdàn gbówó wá. Ó ṣe kò sí ra nígbà tí ìṣe pé mi ìdówó. Àti 800 ni màá 80 something tí màá gbà lójú tí màá gbà máa dá fi jẹun ni.
So sorry, sir. Bóyá kẹ́.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
That is from Nigeria.
You hear me? A normal youth who have a future don't need to talk of APC. If you have a future for yourself, nothing for APC. Look, go to the old banks. Go to the old banks. The banks are involved in this thing. On Saturday now, you will see new notes in party. Then ask yourself, where did they get those new notes? The banks are fraudsters. So the government is a disaster. The banks are copying what the government is doing. APC is a total disaster. So anybody campaigning for APC is just a waste of time. Except the youth have decided to work for Pharaoh. So my sister.
That's also from the streets of Nigeria. The confusion of a new Naira, old Naira note. Yeah? Here is another one.
Please, let's engage in hypocritical repartee. I don't understand what is going on. Because how can a whole citizen of Nigeria, mother of Africa, we have money, we have all it takes. Maybe we have forgotten that there was a time that Arabs, these Arabs, they needed money from Nigeria. We no borrow them. We dash them money because we have them money. Now, look at the former note, 1996 or thereabouts, and the one of 2003. We were using it together until those ones left. What is their plan? Even though they have strategy to do anything, they should consider the masses. Now one Mr. CBN governor just stood up and wake up one morning and what is his name? Emefiele, with his decorated head like calabash. That man just came up and started telling us that this, and he's still even giving us deadline with our own money. If they print money and we do not use the money, what will happen? Carry head like calabash with the paint. I don't understand.
For every country to advance in life, we need change. Yeah, it's a good thing to redesign new Naira notes, but the way Nigerian system is taking it is not the way it's supposed to be. From my findings, I heard the politicians are buying the new Naira notes, which I'm not yet convinced at all. But the truth is that to redesign a new Naira note is for the advancement of the country. You understand? But now, it's not advancing us as a citizen, it's affecting us. We've been here for ages. Since on Monday, we've been coming here to collect our new Naira notes. You understand? And we are not getting it. Sometimes we come in the morning and leave in the evening. So how can new Naira notes affect us? So if they know that it's going to affect us, then they should reverse it back. They should make life comfortable for us, especially with the masses. You understand? Some are even fainting in the banking loan. You understand? They should make the thing comfortable for us, especially with our vulnerables. You understand? They should make it a soft one for us.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome. Now we are seeing money scarcity, and they want us to vote. Vote in D. Everything that we are going to see, they will know that we citizens. Don't forget, NSAS. NSAS have passed. We know what our eyes have seen. Thank God that talk about the sang this Thursday. In Nigeria, our eyes have seen shit. And this one will not be the last one, because we are going to deal with them in any way, in all way. They want us to vote, Abi. And that one, we just wake up. I don't even know. How would they, that one always say, maybe in our primary school you can't. You can't go to collect certificate for this thing. You say you study accounting, Abi, commerce, you know about business. It's how to treat. Look at America. They have their own crisis too. But they are still doing what they ought to do. They have their own poor people too, but they are still handling things that they ought to do. Why is it that in Nigeria here? Now, they say population census, we are around 250 Abi this thing. Who told you that we are 250? They can't the Agbero where they road. They count the people under bridge. They can't, those are our grandma, they don't count me. It's money, even the money itself. The first time I saw the money, I was like, is this the money? Nigerian note? Abi, the money is from Gabon. From this thing. I don't understand. They now give us deadline. I got punished them with their deadline. You see, inside sun, Ara go strike. Because we have called on God. We dey pray. We see the work. Money they come inside. Why would they not be telling us that we should come and rest and we write our name? Where I'm working, they say we should write our name. Is any bank there that they will not be transferring money into our account so that to give us joy? Which type of joy is that one? There was a time that everybody can go to ATM, can go to POS anytime and withdraw money. Now look at people. For over 2 weeks now, people have been going to ATM. They leave their work. Why? Because there's no even money to do business. Is this how to do things? Person that know how to talk.
Many people are in the bank because many people are dying. Everything are doing. Pressure ti wà. Mazo Yoruba. Gbogbo nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ ń lu yìí. Pressure ti wà. Èyí gbogbo ṣe sọ. Ṣé ìlú lé? Fún wa lówó wa, ànówó wá sọ wá di lazy youth. Náà ẹ sọ wá di lazy youth. Òun ni mo wà ní táìmù yìí tí mi ò lè lọ bí iṣẹ́. Kò sówó èmi kọ́ lè. Ìrẹsìdó bá rú sí o. Àyẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀
And the people who did that to you or who are doing this to you, they are bold enough to face you and tell you that they want to renew your hope. Let's come back to the confusion. Nigeria ti daru. In case if some people are underplaying it for you, what that simply means is that Nigeria is facing serious anarchy. When I say anarchy, Baba, this is no longer about people being poor only. It's like people who even have money, they can't touch the money. Now, that's not the only confusion too. The Supreme Court of Nigeria is overseeing a case brought before it by APC governors. APC made a policy. APC implementing the policy. APC disagree with the policy. APC took APC to court on the policy. The court said they should reverse the, or they should extend the deadline by the APC. Now, APC is now saying, no, we are not extending the deadline. It is what it is. Now, in Nigeria right now, Supreme Court says your old Naira note is legal. Central Bank of Nigeria is saying your old Naira note is no longer legal. Right there in the banks, you have money in there. I mean, no be person we get money for bank, they go bank. You have money inside banks, but the banks are not paying you with the new notes. Your old Naira notes, as at today, the banks have started rejecting them too. Iru confusion will lay, as in, if you have old notes, You should be able to go and deposit them in your bank. No be so, baba, wala tiwa, pressure tiwa. Banks are rejecting old notes from people. Can you even believe that? Won't you say, oh, no, baba. I understand that some people said they are receiving old notes from the banks. You don't understand then. I said banks are rejecting old Naira notes from deposits. Filling stations are rejecting old Naira notes for deposits. Right? And some businesses, traders are rejecting old Naira notes for payment. The new Naira note is not available. In fact, this level of confusion and the graveyard silence of Bokwari and I don't care, Kokomi, none of my business now. Shebina Buhari be your president. Now me want to be the new one. So it's none of my business. At which the APC, Egbekegbe, continue to campaign. Now, I know some of you have no shame, shame you get, and we know that you cannot shame the shameless. But once in a while, don't you sit down, even if you are one of those supporting APC, Egbekegbe, once in a while, don't you sit down and feel like, waiting, what has your life become so far? Like, what is going on? The Central Bank of Nigeria just came out today and said, if you have any old Naira notes and you are following the Supreme Court rule, the Supreme Court this and that, you are on your own. No? The only help they can give to you is this. As much as that money is now illegal, that old Naira notes, if you want anybody to collect it from you, the banks, you should pay attention to the following. Central Bank, you have to follow these guidelines for you to be able to what? Exchange your money. Now look at number 1. They said, please note that this is a cash deposit program, not a cash swap program. You will not be issued new notes in exchange for old notes. Instead, your bank account will be credited after your account is validated by law enforcement. The process may take up to 4 weeks. Baba, Nigeria is facing anarchy, I said, Abi. Or just take a trip with me. From Central Bank, if the validation of account turns out negative, the bank will return the deposited note to you, become useless. Third-party deposits are not allowed. You cannot give the money to somebody to go and pay into their own account. To deposit 1,000 Naira old note, you will have to get police confirmation that the money is legit. Now you get them. Yeah? And after their 4 weeks investigation, if they say, yes, now you get the 1,000, they will deposit in your bank account. They won't give you new note. They won't swap your money anymore in Nigeria, anywhere. Right? Now, if they discover that somebody gave you some money to go and deposit in your bank, an investigation came back that now one of those stolen money they are looking for, Baba, you go jail. Number 4, members of the public are required to complete an online application form and generate a reference number before coming to the CBN. Now, you are not going to go to the bank. You are going to take that money to Central Bank of Nigeria, where a customer did not pre-fill their form. He or she will be given the opportunity to fill the form at the branch. The cash deposit window is open to the public from February 15 to February 17. Now only 2 days they give you now to go online and fill a form to be able to change your money and put it in your bank again. Hey, I just thought I should remind you. Anarchy looms should have been what I should have used for the headline of this broadcast. But this one is not bad. As much as you tune in and you are listening to this. This is from Central Bank of Nigeria. The cash deposit window is between the February 15, tomorrow, next tomorrow, and the next tomorrow after next tomorrow, which is tomorrow, Wednesday to Friday, 17, between 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily. Now, they say your requirement, if you want to change your money, if you want to put old money in your bank, you need a reference code generated from completed online application form, filled on Central Bank portal. 2, you need an active deposit money bank, e.g., Access, Zenith, GT, Keystone Banks. 3, you need your BVN number. Number 4, you need a valid federal government issued certificate card, NIN, driver's license, voter's card, and the international passports according to them. Oh yeah, tomorrow, the Supreme Court of Nigeria is saying that they are going to deliver a judgment. 10 APC governors have also joined the other 4 governors. Remember that the initial governors that initiated the case against this money swap, money change, and all of that, APC versus APC, the 3 governors were El Rufaya of Kaduna, Yeye Bello of Kogi, and Matabon of Nasarawa, Iboniye, that Matabon, Mataja, or whatever, yeah? You know that guy? From Nasarawa, those were the 3 that initiated an injunction that APC decided to start using on their campaign train. Their central bank has assured them that Central Bank, Supreme Court of Nigeria has assured them that you can continue to use your money. Although, a day after the judgment, when Yeye Bello, one of the trio that initiated the court case, bragged that everybody should be grateful to Kolu, that is Tifnumbu, Jaga Banditi, the Jaga Addicti, the Jaga Wiri, the Ashiwaju Awon Agberu of Lagos, that you should be grateful to him for raising the alarm, and at this time, also sponsoring them to initiate the court case against Bokwari, exempting the central bank, the one that actually is causing all of this, with the blessing of Bokwari, of course. A day after they were bragging about the Supreme Court extension, Yeye Bello's wife had to go on the run. Since then, she hasn't been seen in public. She was declared wanted. You know why? She did a transaction that ordinarily would have passed, but they flagged it. How much? 500,000 US dollars. She changed the old Naira notes to US dollars. Then that same way transferred the huge money into an account in the US. So they tracked it, flagged it, and they declared that wanted. 3.8 billion naira is being traced to his wife. The wife, now first lady, she not supposed to get access to any money. But you know that in Nigeria, the moment you capture a state, the resources, the pause, everything in that state is now going to be annexed to your family. Yes, your family becomes the heir or the controller of that resources. It becomes theirs. So one of them's wife had to run away or run aground because Bokwari's government, same political party, same government, declared her wanted. Then just about 2 days after that, the recuperating governor of Ondo, Akeredolu, also said they are joining the suit so that it will become 4 states. 4 APC governors from 4 APC states decided to declare their own republic. On top of this wahala of old money, new money, they declared their own republic. They said, listen, if you are in our state, don't worry yourself. If you have your old money, don't listen to Emefiele. Continue to spend your money. Don't worry. Supreme Court is going to decide it for us. And mind you, it doesn't even matter. Vote for us again, okay? Give us that power again. And the moment Kolu comes in, he's going to reverse everything and go after all the people. inside Bukwari's government. Now, they haven't gotten the power. Sure, you get now. They haven't. But they are already putting some certain people inside their Bukwari's government on the red alert. Okay, immediately after the election, once Kolu is declared, majority of them will have to run away, even before Bukwari hand over, if they would hand over, by the way, because this same guy are the same people accusing their own political party, their own government, of sabotaging their own campaign with Naira change, Naira scarcity, fuel scarcity. Then they said they are actually also working with the military to overthrow so that they can be a coup and Tinubu will not be the president. All these allegations, so they are like allegations versus counter allegations between people who are supposed to be in the same boat too, trying to fix your life. You know they are not. They are not trying to fix your life. They are actually ruining it. You know that. So, what happened thereafter? Bukwari and gang have now somehow doubled down. Before you will come and deal with us, we self go make tough for everybody. And that's one thing about terrible leadership, terrible government. Nobody is spared. That you are their supporter, that you are their die-hard weary that is jumping from one social media platform to another social media platform, defending these criminals. It doesn't matter. You are trapped in it as well. You are not spared. You are not. So under this APC, Emefiele, that is now the clog, a corrupt central bank governor. If I have to tell you his history and the real CV criteria that made him the favorite to Bukwari and his thieving gang, you will understand better that if you have to dine with the devil at all, you should get yourself a very, very long spoon. So ahead, but I would rather run from the devil than pretend that I am smart by eating with the devil. Sure you get. Emefiele is a pure criminal and he has been doctoring books inside the Central Bank of Nigeria. The reasons why all of you are facing this hardship is because they said the politicians are keeping some money. They are keeping the old money to use them for vote buying in your 2023 Charade election. And because of that, they changed your money. But what Emefiele didn't tell you is this. Most of the banks in Nigeria are owned by the politicians that are stealing your money. You may not know. And I think you should know. You should know. Like magic. Yeah? Almost all the banks in Nigeria have stopped dispensing these new notes. Emefiele will not tell you how much new notes he released, how much they withdraw from the circulation. It won't tell you. Because by the time they give you those figures, then you will realize that Emefiele, a rogue that has been stealing, looting, and then doctoring figure inside the Central Bank of Nigeria, dipped Nigeria into recession and packaging and padding the whole book to the point that the country is about to explode. Boom. Like that. Boom. It's almost. They did you bad. If you are watching me from Nigeria right now, if I have to describe what they have done to you, honestly speaking, I'm going to break your heart even more, making you understand the deeper. It's worse than you not seeing Naira right now. How many of you remember this? Just about a year ago, from the same Central Bank of Nigeria, this phone conversation, Emefiele.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah.
The network, sir.
Yes. Ah, my God. Let me talk to Arusha.
Hold on the line, sir.
Hello, sir. Yeah. So, can we think of anywhere across both heads where we can, push things, either move things from cash CAD or some other places, bring it back, or you understand, or delay any of those?
I'm looking at it. The maximum that I can negotiate is 20 billion on CIA that I will just tell them that, because that is the one that we've not paid, that we've accrued for. So, because I've looked at the account, that is the...
On the cash account due?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That is 18, because I say 18 for, then there's this 2 billion, which are not material for something to be done for EFCC, that I said they've taken it as a coup. So that's the maximum we can get from expenses.
Is there any other vote head where you can find?
See, I've gone through all the voters here. I know at least my personal expenses is just increased by 1 billion over last year, and I think we can't go into that place. My other operating.
Now, what's our shareholders fund?
It's 34.
Yeah?
34 billion. 34.
You can see it will take our shareholders fund into negative. That's another problem. Wow. Hey.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Go with the DG and the OKJ as well.
Yeah, let me talk to the DG. Yeah, let me talk to the DG.
Okay.
I didn't know they were there. Yes.
Yes. Hello, sir.
No, Edward, I didn't know that you were there with 2KJ.
No, I'm there. We're here with Yes.
Man.
We are cracking our brains, governor. We were thinking of all available options.
Because shareholders funds of 34 billion, if we put this number there, it will take our shareholders funds to negative, which is dangerous.
To negative? Yes. No. We can't do that one. That would be dangerous.
What do we do?
God. The wild thought that came is that can we get the finance ministry to agree to take some off, even if it's just for the record?
How can they take it now? Take what now, precisely?
Even if it's just to do some book work.
But they cannot. That will expose us to them.
Because that's the only area. All these other areas.
Okay, what do we want finance to do in this case?
Well, the thought was that maybe if they can just we do some discussion with them, they just write saying that okay, government will, but it has to maybe appropriated or something. Some document that will show that.
They can't try that because without National Assembly and government, they have to go to Federal Executive Council to do that.
They have to go to Federal Executive Council.
Wow. Damn it.
Wow. Because, I don't know. I even said we should look at our intervention, but there's nothing much we can do there. I don't have an intervention. That will not work. I don't know.
Wow.
We can't afford negative at all.
Yeah?
We cannot afford deficit, governor. No way. We have to talk for balance.
How do we get out of this is the issue? Because the auditors themselves will be very careful because, they don't want because they have people who are reviewing their accounts. They are superiors outside the office reviewing their accounts.
Exactly. They also, they have their names and their own governance process. We're not allowed them to even do some of these things. Wow. Tough one. Hold on for okay, sir.
Yeah.
No, no, sir.
Yes.
We are thinking of all the options. I think because the Omo aspect, which is the bulk, of the stock. Yes, because the money has been paid and banks have recognized that amount in their income. Yeah. And naturally, it also asks for confirmation to confirm this one. And because initially I thought we had about 150 billion, which was what was paid in December. Then the initial thought was to look at which were the heavy banks that bought into that. But maybe pick them, but we also realized that they also have their end of year at December. So they will have recognized that. And I was just asking Mr. Arowishega about their exchange rate gain. The rate they use for this year, they said it's already 364, which is already very high.
Yes.
Because if not, if it was to be some lower, we have thought we have increased that close of maybe by just 1 naira or 2 naira, that will change the whole thing.
Because the first time in history, part is written balance sheet in negative shareholder funds. That's bad.
No. We thought about that because we were looking at how much the revenue is. Because the issue will be that we made so much revenue of so amount and we spend the whole thing. So where did we get the money that we were spending if we make? No, we have to. We'll go through it and see how it's not going to work. Not at this time. Not. We keep cracking our braces. No. We are still looking at now. So far, we will be able to see to about 20 billion, which is this kind. Which he said he still has to discuss with the. Yeah. So after 20 billion, how much will be left? It's up to 100, 120, 100.
It's a long chart. And some of you, I believe that replaying that brought back the memory of the time, but they were able to suppress it like nothing happened. Because it's a corrupt government that is more or less like a house to finish you, but you can't see it. Because you are so blinded by religion, tribe, and some other, useless things that they have used to blindfold you for so long. This guy printed over 22.5 trillion naira. 22.5 trillion naira cash, printed, minted, and handed them over to Bokwari. Having it in mind that they are going to change the same naira few months before an election in 2023. She still printed that for him, which now shot the Nigeria debt to over 60 trillion naira today. And look at the naira. So they kept him for a reason. And one of the reasons is this. So people are now so confused enough to be like, okay, if we are not going to be able to spend the old naira because politicians are going to buy votes with them, where is the new naira? How come banks are no longer dispensing cash anymore? It's like coordinated. Some are saying that even cash apps, as in your bank apps, are also messing up in this whole wahala. And I think this guy is pretending that nothing happened or nothing is happening. It's one of the things, it's one of the wonders of this century. If you ask me, they were in Imo State today, where, although I believe that APC, Egbekegbe, believe that the only way they can actually keep that power in Nigeria, having done all of this, is by violence, intimidation, blackmail, propaganda, vote buying, rigging, call it whatever you want to call it, violence, anything. Because if you have to be a member of APC, Egbekegbe, kini pride gongon? What exactly is motivating you right now? You don't need to answer me that. All right. So they put Kolu. They put him on their plane straight to Owerri. where, as usual, with their insensitivity, right, they went straight to the street of Owerri, started picking people up. Come, we'll pay you. Let's go to the stadium. We'll pay you. Students in Imo State, they were sending text messages to them that all of them should assemble for a government program, government function in the stadium, and everybody should move down to the stadium. On the street, Baba. Okay, look at this.
This is Tinubu rally in Owerri. As they are doing their rally, people are shouting Obio. They are shouting P2B.
Yes, so you can see. The Mahayata Gondega Koro, Ndega Koro to do Egu. Or to Nimo State, Berabana, but Tatirubuna. Lera, like Hanoreha, how to Ella. Hurry to Allah. Leha Kana Matu. Ndahata Kahabia Bara. Bare Miloko, Egu. Leha. Ego. With escort, how did you escort a girl? Like escort her. Erika, okay, Buha, Lequebuha, and you will have Buha. Laqua Haleha, Leke de Hubunaquaha. Let Aquaberia, what I'm to Lake Arazakra, whatever. Hey, I got sick and Nimo State, but I welcome what to do. The man of Namausa got your Tandina Aquaboru, Lehanine. Did Aquaboru Namausa. Leha Kachatareba, better. I believe I welcome what to do. I welcome Tinubu na San Andimo State. I welcome Ola. I want on that high ego. Lemoto Buhadia 911. Lekahane Yaqua. Ego. I asking on Dimo State and under support to Tinubu. Ota Unezi. Lequele. Ilaya Yaman DJ when they made a escort. He lost Area Bahu DJ when they escort they have. Yere Mebula Madruda Gabrama, you woke up confirm Olana Gama Sabuto Zero Nimo said they will come with Trubu. Hey, Akadao and the local town hall different from Bala Blue, Bulaba, Buluba.
Yeah, that's somebody driving by and then, saw the mobilization. Okay. So talking about that, let's go to that Owerri, where Tifnumbu indeed addressed them, including Bukwari, who was there too. Yeah. Ople Sunzodijo had this to say.
It's an enabling environment. You have worked so hard to be able to control and manage the high level insecurity that visited the Imo State and indeed the Southeast. Mr. President, we are indeed very grateful. We are not here to campaign. Looking at this mammoth crowd who voluntarily came out on their own because there is now a cashless policy. Nobody here came because he was giving money, because we have no money to give. I want to thank all of you that have taken time to come. I want to apologize to those who were locked outside, who were not able to come in because of protocol and security control. Now please bear with us in the spirit of Valentine. Mr. President, Imo is APC, and the APC is strong in Imo State. I want to assure you that you don't preach to the already converted. We are already converts and we are members of APC. I want to thank Imo people for the confidence they have reposed on me. And I want to assure you that I will never betray this confidence. We must be part and parcel of a united and more robust Nigeria one entity, and in brotherhood we shall stand. May God bless all of you as you come and as you go. Indeed, in Jesus' name.
Jagaban. Everybody vote for Jagaban. That's so places Odingba, the Supreme Court governor of Imo State. They were paying people to, if I hang on, I think I had this, let's see. Same clip. However, Kolu himself did speak to them before I come back to this your central bank, Supreme Court, cashless policy, and how APC, the undertaker, the APC, that Tifnubu has become the undertaker for, how they are struggling to distance themselves from this failure. I'll take you to Edo State at some point, but let's have this stopover again. Inowiri, waiting call you tell them, as usual, don't raise your hope, laugh if you can, and hiss if you can, but most importantly, just listen to the Bulubala. Somehow, you have something to remember if you are from Imo State.
We don't want that no more. Ahmed, Bola, Tinubu, the Jagaban, APC.
Happy Valentine's Day. We remain lovers forever. You will never see sorrow. Valentine will live in your house permanently. God bless you. I am happy to be here as the candidate of the most progressive, most dynamic, most focused party in Africa. Of peace, unity, stability, and progress. We came to assure you of the unbroken hope, breaking of the shackles of poverty shackle of ignorance, shackle of numbness, those who never tell the truth. We came with the truth teller. We came with a leader. Our leader, in his character, you know one thing and one thing only. And Muhammadu Buhari, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you know honesty, integrity, and dependability. See the last 8 years as a year of retooling the neglected foundation which the other party refused to move forward. West East Road, ticket completed. Infrastructural renewal done. Red line on. They share the booty of electricity generation and distribution. They forget the transmission line is a load carrier that must be strengthened, renewed, and be serviceable to the people. Instead, they started giving you estimated billing. Abba. As to be you think we are. We don't want that no more.
At least he wished you an happy Valentine forever. That permanently, Valentine will remain permanently in your home. That's fair enough. Everything else, like somebody just said there, Kolu is a full content. If he open his mouth, he is a full content. He say things, they are not necessarily to make sense to you. He asks people, he is the only person that will speak English and he will require an interpreter to explain to you so that you understand what he is trying to say. We call the language of the gods. Which one is generation and transmission for the hope of generated adversity of the people? What does that even mean? What does that mean? Well, it's called. That's why I told you, don't raise your hope, okay? He hasn't told you about the generated electricity that cannot even roast a corn. But he did tell you that a transmission line is the load, is the loader. About intelligence, like somebody said, Kolu is a full content. And if all of us want to be selfish, we just wish that this is not going to end in the next 10 days. And that would be like indirectly asking Kolu to become your president so that we can have 4 years full content. As you face the shege, at least you'll be laughing. Like some of you have been coping in the last 7.5 years. What is he even saying? Haba. No fuel, no Naira, no security. Bokwari is there. And Kolu said it's dependable. Integrity. Bokwari is not even like appearing that he's your president anymore. Haven't you noticed? You have been on your own in the last 2 years. Haven't you noticed? Okay. Kolu. I better continue.
We don't want that no more. And they want to come back. They want to come back on those lies Will you vote there? Will you vote for liars? No. You vote for people who could not distinguish between regulation of civil service and separation and conflict of interest. The day their leader asked the question, what did you do to make money? He said he's a car dealer. Whereas in the civil service regulation, you can only do agriculture. And if you search no car dealership. Line number 1. Final confession came this just last weekend by their national chairman. He confessed on open television that their party, it is true, their party ruined, destroyed the hope and appreciation of all Nigerians. You heard it yourself from Iyochia, from his mouth. You heard it, or you didn't hear it. You didn't have social media. You heard it loud and clear. Will you vote for a party whose national chairman confessed to such heinous crime? F level. Abba, tell them, stop lying to us. Stop lying to us. Don't come back. We are not going to vote for you. Promise them. You understand me? Again, today, I promise you, the developmental program of APC will not stop. We are going to make Imo State one of most attractive destinations for tourism. We are going to add value to your real estate. We are going to reconstruct, rebeautify your roads. We are going to invest in education to all of you youths. 4 years of university education must be 4 years. 4 years must be what? 4 years. No more ASU for ASU for strike.
Who is your next president?
You ready?
Who is your next president? Who is your next president?
Everybody look for Jagaba.
So you, I made the pledge that incorruptible attitude, incorruptible principle of Muhammadu Buhari, we continue. We are not seeking the booty of office to assist for a good life. We are going to prudently manage and increase your revenue generation capacity. Imo State, we bring a modern economy, peace and unity of this country. We remain one. We will continue to work with the state to eliminate violence, crimes, and inhumanity to man. Thank you very much. It is a joy for me to be here to address you this afternoon. We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
So sorry, sir.
That's APC. And that is the reality of today. People have their money. They can't access them. People have old notes. They can't change them anymore. Nobody have an answer. Nobody knows what's going on. Politicians still continue to lie to them, right? Oshiomole that got stoned the other day was back, just a few days back, yeah? Lying to the people. Or, the same line. Buhari is doing everything well, but some people are doing this thing to rubbish his name. I'm so surprised that people actually listen to him for this long. I'll replay that. Listen to this. The former chairman of APC, a member of Tifnumbu's presidential campaign, a senatorial candidate of APC, in the same constituency he ruled, right? Listen to what he's told these people there. And these are guys that they will say anything right now. They will say anything just to sound like they care for you. They don't. There is nothing they can do. Emefiele that said that your money is now illegal. He didn't just say it. Bokwari that went with Tifnumbu to Imo State, gave the order. But none of this coward could actually say it to his face. But they are about to, because Erufaya is already firing from all cylinders. Oshiomole, somewhere in Benin.
We have a message to reassure you that we as Nigerians, as it stands, we have challenges. Those challenges will not be fixed by foreigners. They will be fixed by Nigerians in Nigeria. And nobody who has not done it before, nobody will use Nigeria to learn work. You don't use your house to learn work. Even in lab, you don't subject a country to a laboratory test. The business of fixing Nigeria requires the man with knowledge, with competence, with a history of development and progress behind him. Today, the battle of Nigeria is about between the few who want to arrest the system and the majority who want a change of the system. And we believe the way Asiwaju fought against PDP in Lagos and defeated Obasanjo in the struggle to give expression to the principle of true federalism with a man like Bola Tinubu as president. Those cockroaches and mosquitoes that are hitting your blood, they will disappear. They will disappear. Number 2, we cannot accept that our children in schools must do 6 years, 7 years instead of 4 years because government cannot pay teachers. We cannot accept that we now have annual festival of fuel scarcity. It is not a matter of God. Those behind it have to be dealt with, liquidated, so that Nigeria can prosper. We cannot accept that a central bank governor has become the most powerful man in Nigeria. Yes. That even the chairman of INEC has to go and beg him for money to do election. And he has to allocate. CBN has to allocate who elected him. When have we become such a small banana republic? I see people right now on the queue in ATM looking for 5,000. And they are going to wait. Am I not the one telling you? I see people go to POS and they are charging their 20%. Why? I say why? Why? That is why I believe Nigeria needs a ruthless leader who will deal ruthlessly with all those who are sucking our blood. Last week, I told the CBN governor, who is imposing hardship on Nigerians, that he who brings evil on his people shall have evil awaiting him. We will not go down on our knees to beg someone we did not elect to make our own money, your own money, your traders' money, mechanic money, organizers' money, market women's money. We are begging, and I saw a CBN official in Benin yesterday saying if you cannot get 10,000, at least you can get 5,000. May 5,000 be his portion. May 5,000 be his portion. We want a democracy in which public policy must be based on consultation. We cannot be ruled by decrees, not decreed by anybody in Nigeria. That era is gone and gone for good. And there are elements who are doing this to make people to be angry with APC. I was chairman of APC. I denounce this policy. I reject it. It is not our policy. We did not elect Emefiele. So the policies of Emefiele are his policy. The crime arising from it are on his head. Anybody who dies, the blood is on his head. Because we did not elect him, we did not vote for him. He is the one who was appointed. He has a duty to manage monetary policies, but not to use the bank to punish. My people, I want you to know what is going on. There are people who don't want people like us to work freely in Auchi. Because you will say, should be the APC. No, we did not elect the Emefiele on the APC platform. Our candidate has denounced the policy. We have denounced it. Did you watch Channel Television 4 days ago? Yes. Did you hear what I said? Yes. I assure you, today the Supreme Court has directed Emefiele to stop the rascality. The Supreme Court has told Emefiele to stop the financial rascality, because what he wants to do is to create massive discontent that will lead to nationwide riots. And when there is riot, there will be no election. And that will be the beginning of another dictatorship. There are people who are talking of interim government. May they be governed by interim devil in their own family life. Nigeria will never return to dictatorship. So I want to thank you. My joy today is that going around now with you, even with the hunger in your stomach and the hardship you are experiencing, your spirit has not diminished. The spirit of Nigeria will not diminish. So I thank you for not allowing yourself to be provoked. Continue to be law-abiding. On February 25, you elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He will ensure that public policies are informed by public interest. He will ensure that decisions taken are based on popular participation. He will ensure that students who go for 4-year degree program will not spend more than 1 day longer than 4 years. He will ensure that nobody pays electricity bill for power he did not consume. He will dismember the discourse. Never again shall you use your money to buy transformer and never will come and collect the bills. There are many things wrong, but we are not about to cry. We are not about to weep. We are not about to embark in lamentation. We are emboldened by the challenges. They reinforce our determination to fix the country. I have children. I want them to be here. Hug me when I need them. Stay with me when I need them. And I visit them when I want to. I didn't buy children to go and live in America, in UK, or Canada. So I am so happy. I can see young people here. Thank you for not giving up on your country. You listen to their music. Nigeria is our own. We will not run away from it. And we will fix it. Number 3. We also want to assure you the root cause of insecurity is unemployment. Tinubu has promised and he has shown how it can be done. You can see every day new industries are.
I know is annoying, is tiring when you can smell a coward from miles away. Somebody said in the comment section there, somebody said, Oshiomole, that is Oshiomole, seems to have finally lost his mind. Like, when did he become this? I was like, maybe you haven't been following, right? You haven't been following. It's been so horrible for a while. Or he's a coward. He's gaslighting Emefiele, inciting the people against their own president that they cannot mention. Buhari is their president. The Naira change is Buhari's idea. The scarcity of Naira is Buhari's idea. Everything you are witnessing in Nigeria today is Buhari's doing. But you see this bunch of cowards, thieves, who Buhari is keeping compromise on them, every one of them, rogues. They don't have the liver to mention his name that he has failed. But did you hear how he's repeating Emefiele's name again and again and again, then distancing Kalu from it, inciting the people that even if you want to cause riots, it's not Buhari, just the people around Buhari. They want to make sure there is no election. That is why they have created all these problems. When they see Buhari one-on-one, lily-livered criminals, they will start praising him. The man behind the Naira scarcity in Nigeria is Buhari. And these rogues should be able to say it. But do you know something? From the corridors of power in Abuja, they believe that Bokuwari's government will begin to receive never seen before media attack against it, even before he hands over. Once Tifnumbu is declared the winner of your election, the first set of people Tifnumbu will actually bite with the new power he is about to get will be the Bokuwari himself. Bokuwari hasn't left power. They are jumping 8 years of Bokuwari to go to 16 years that happened before these 8 years for everything that is wrong with Nigeria right now. Fuel scarcity, na PDP. Naira scarcity. Emefiele is working with the PDP. He's working with Labour and Obi and the rest of them. But they are singling this guy out because as mad as they are, as useless as they are, as morally bankrupt as they are, they don't bond them well to mention Bokuwari, even when they are indirectly attacking his government, believing that using the Emefiele as a cover. Cowards. Mention his name. He said, no going back.
So this change of currency, I think there will be people a lot of money. But time has been given from October to December, 3 months. Is enough, whatever money you have, to get it changed through a legal system. So I don't know why people are complaining about it.
So despite the complaint, there's no going back on the policy?
No, there's no going back. There's no going back. My aim is to make sure that Nigerians believe that we respect them as an administration. So Nigerians should vote for whoever they like from whichever party. Nobody will be allowed to mobilize resources and thugs to intimidate people in any constituency. That's what I want to go down into Nigerian history for as a leader.
You are the chairman of the Presidential Campaign Council of your party. What are the chances of your party winning the elections?
What are the chances of my party not winning the election? We are going to win this election. Tinubu, the presidential candidate, is a very well-known politician in the country. He was a 2 times governor in his state, Lagos. Resource-wise, the most resourceful state and the most visited state. So I think the party was lucky to get him accept, to be its candidate.
So how healthy is my president?
I'm very healthy. So this change of currency.
You see the Bokuwari, Mumadu Bokuwari playing chess, with Tifnumbu's emotion. What is no going back on the Naira policy? Tifnumbu believes that is targeted at him. Change of Naira. And you said no going back. What about the election? Which one is we will not allow anybody to mobilize state resources to rig election and the rest of that? They also believe that that's also an attempt to sabotage him from winning. And then which one is Nigerians should vote for anybody from any political party of their choice? Like, what do you mean? You are the chairman of the Tifnumbu's campaign council. Why would you say Nigerians should go and vote for any party of their choice instead of yours? Then, do you think your party candidates can win this election? I mean, do you think your party candidate have the possibility of winning the election? He said, what is the possibility that my party candidate cannot win the election? Which kind of emotional toying? They are toying with Tifnumbu like this. The man is screaming that all of this are being done in order to make you hate them. Then Bokuwari is saying, no, I am doing this because I want Nigerians to know that I respect them. If we say we want to do something, then we must do it. So there is no going back. So they can go ahead and choose whoever they want, whenever they want. Then he finished it with Ashiwaju, our candidate, is well known all over Nigeria. So yeah, what do you mean by, I mean, what is the assurance that he won't win? So if you are Tifnumbu, after somebody said the policy that you believe that is kind of going to make Nigerians hate you, and it's already happening. If that person is, and that same person said, everybody should go and follow whoever they want, and nobody will be allowed to be harassed, intimidated by any talk. So no be chess be that. I don't know how to play chess, so but when people want to talk about something tricky like that, in the game of power, somebody like me that I have read this 48 Laws of Power, I am seeing the power play. So it's not against you, it's not for you. So you are on your own. That's practically what he's saying. You are on your own. So Shiomole is deviating, looking for who to blame. And he knows that he can't do it except they do it through you. Abi, listen to the other part of what he said, where he was brainwashing his own, his own supporters, telling them about those who are behind their sufferings, not APC. See, they want you to hate us. See, I understand that you are hungry. I understand that you are struggling right now. But see, we need to win election in 10 days. Now, some people just want you to hate us this 1 month. They want you to hate us for 1 month. Even though you have been suffering, going through hell for the past 7 years. But listen, we know all of that. But you see, this particular month, we were supposed to make your life easier a bit so that you can forget those sufferings and give us a chance again. But some people want you to remember that we have made your life hell. Is that fear? They want you to hate us. They want you to reject us. Why? Please don't listen to them. Continue to suffer. The moment Ashiwaju comes in, it will ease your suffering. Okay? Do you trust me? Do you love me? Let's go back to Shiomole. Again, blaming other people for the ruins and destruction that APC, Egbekegbe, brought upon you. The one you are facing now, the one you are going to face tomorrow. Tomorrow is another day. You know, tomorrow is 15th. Even if Supreme Court says the money is legal, the problem now is, who is going to take it from you? Will you take the money to Supreme Court to go and change the money? Or Supreme Court will now tell Bokwari, to what? To fire Emefiele. Oh, sorry, hang on. I have started reading from Tifnumbu's camp that it is actually a very wrong thing to disobey court order. Money, Mugbe. So APC, you actually believe that disobeying court order is wrong. And Emefiele, Bokwari, they are disobeying court order. May I explain one thing to you? You see that Supreme Court case that they are using media to hype, media to make noise about, is as empty as nothing as a tissue paper. You know why? These criminals, they went to Supreme Court to go and ask Supreme Court to please help them tell Buhari so that Buhari can tell Emefiele to extend the date and continue to take your old money. That's exactly what they went to do, to ask Supreme Court to help them order Buhari to order Emefiele. But in the media, they are telling you they have taken Central Bank to Supreme Court. There is actually no case in Supreme Court that is Central Bank versus APC. Nothing like that. Federal government versus 3 state government. Federal government versus Kogi, Kaduna, Nasarawa, and Ondo. That's the court in Supreme Court. But in their media houses, they are dropping Emefiele's name here and there. Abi? Kosiwala. When you wake up tomorrow and the Supreme Court says Bokwari must obey and tell Emefiele to do this or that, Emefiele will not be part of the case. Emefiele is not part of the case. Central Bank is not part of the case. Do you get it now? They are playing you. All because they want to make sure that somehow, they go push. So that when election come, as confused as you are, you will still collect the old notes that is now illegal. And they go still buy your vote with them. Do you understand? It's not all about that they care. Not that they care, they don't care. Not because they don't have the new note, but it's not enough. So when they play it this way, they extended by 10 days, extended till the end of February. So in that confusion, they can move their money, the bag, everything to everywhere. And you, the mumus, your mama, your papa, where they sell their votes in the village, Abi, you better start calling them now. Ofo, twice Ofo is what they are going to do. Ofo meji, lomashei, twice Ofo. 2 Ofos will do you. The first Ofo is that since you have been engaging in, what do you call it? In giving up your own sovereignty to these rogues with a peanut, Abi, that you have to suffer for 4 years, 8 years, or many years in your life. This time around, they're actually going to be taking that sovereignty from you with worthless piece of paper that looks like money. Ofo meji, double ofo ni won pe. You don't understand. So if you wake up tomorrow, Supreme Court says your old Naira is legal, and some of you are now saying APC, Egbe, Buhari must obey court order. I have been reminding you all this while you just didn't want to pay attention. Tikla, oti shaking, oti ta pau. Aye ti blow, low, bow. Be bon, abi be bang, no banga ko. Be bombuni. You know what will happen? In that state of confusion, now from there you go enter street. They are shouting revolution, revolution. You said that means you move out and kill them. Nah, waiting go motivate you enter street with this. You will enter street. We will fight for our rights. They will sing, you will dance. They will shoot you tear gas. You go get kerosene with your shirt. Wrap your face. Because now life and death answer wrong by ye. You don't believe, Abi? Let's go back to that Edo. Ma drink small tea. Where Oshiomole was doing what he knows best, lying to the people just for the sake of it.
The Labour Congress has been banned during military dictatorship. If the military have the solution, we will not be here. So we have settled for democracy where whoever wants to govern must seek your mandate. That is why we are going around. There is no shortcut to power. There is no shortcut to power. The only weapon required for power is PVC. The only weapon required is PVC. So I ask you, no matter the provocation, don't lose faith. Don't lose faith. That is what they want. They want you to lose faith. Stand firm. You know this. Let me tell you if you don't know. Emefiele wanted to be president of Nigeria. He collected APC form. Then President Buhari asked him to resign if he want to contest. You cannot be governor of CBN and be contesting for presidency. He bought hundreds of vehicles. He paid 100 million. Now he lost the opportunity to contest. He now wants to destabilize the country using change of color as the tool to provoke public arrest. I ask you, you children, you mothers, as a housewife, if your husband say what you are wearing, he wants you to change it, he doesn't like it. Is it not his duty to give you another clothes to wear? Now your husband removes your old clothes. Darling, where is the new one? He say, go to POS. Now POS you marry. Was POS there when you got married? Now you tell your son, dress clean, remove your clothes. I don't like this clothes you are wearing. Your son has obedient son, the true born of his mother. He decided to remove his clothes. Mommy, wear the new one. You say, wait. 7 days time. What is it? I will remain naked for 7 days? No. You will remain naked for 7 days? No. I am warning them. It is easy to start. They say, Nyaga they sleep, trouble don't wake up. Trouble they sleep, Nyaga wake up. Nigeria doesn't need this distraction. I appeal to you, don't join any protest. Don't join any protest. This hardship should be the tool you need, not to stay at home on the 25th, to take your PVC and elect a new president in the person of Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Jagaba of the universe. And I also ask you to please elect me as your senator. We want to ensure, my brothers and sisters, when they are allocating money across the 36 states which they call budget, in the Senate when I stand, can they ignore my constituency? Can they ignore my local government? What is the headquarters of my local government? What is the headquarters? What did you say? Can I forget my local government? Can I forget the prayers of Otero of Auchi? Can I forget that in the first instance, in 2002, when everybody called me a rascal, he gave me a title, the Omokonabero of Auchi Kingdom. I ask you to trust me. We will use the power of legislature to legislate and appropriate in favor of the people of Auchi Kingdom.
It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian. It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian.
The former governor of Edo State, Oshiomode, he was in his element, see him talking and talking and talking and all of that. Nonsense, absolute bollock. But he knows his audience, of course. He put them in that situation. He put them in that situation. So he has to milk it, tap it, lie to them to their face, and they have to say, yeah, yeah, yes, yes. Because after the whole, they go give them something. Just pray it's not old notes that you'll find it difficult to spend as you are currently experiencing, right? Now, I am going to take it to another part of this chart where the report from Abuja is that Femi Foni Kayode, or For Food Kayode, got released yesterday by the Daura Secret Service for lying against the Nigeria military, as well as Atiku Abubakar, that they met and they were planning coup. That in fact the coup is going to be effected once they realize that Kolu is leading, like they did to Abiola. So they invited him. But when by the time he spent some hours with them and they told him to come back on bail, they said they released him on bail. So he's to return back to them tomorrow on Wednesday. So he gave a press release and it seems to be a different person. I don't know if you have seen this.
It's still on. So I've been asked to report back on Wednesday. And possibly I'll be going back there once a week. I think it's left to them, but they suggested to me until they now decide whether they feel the need to take the matter up and charge me to court, or whether they feel that I've done nothing wrong. But during the course of the discussion, I think it's fair for me to mention one or two things. I think it's very, very self-evident that some of the things that were said were regrettable. Why do I say so? When news comes out, like somebody's meeting with army officers, perhaps one should have not simply said it and believed it and accepted it, or even said, well, even if true. Perhaps another course could have been taken, which is perhaps to say, okay, let me ask the authorities privately. Let me try and find out before I say anything at all. And I think I would concede that point, that, look, you know, sometimes we have to be a little bit more circumspect, especially given the fact that they pointed out that the medium that issued that statement is virtually faceless. And, you know, so
Days, oh, I mean, sorry, just few hours, oh, few hours. Now, them they cook fake news. You know how they do in APC? Let me tell you. In APC, they have a media team for Tifnumbu. This media team is populated by public rejects, okay? Never do wells. Bunch of failed lunatics, okay? But they are homed in APC. Let me give you some of the names. In their campaign, they have Festus Otobo Keyamo. Yeah? They have this for food Kayode. Femi Kayode is part of them. They have Ungalele Ungama. Abina Ngalele Ungama. That one is working for Bokuwari. They have that one there. They have Bayo Ononuga. They have that one there. They have the entire crew of TVC. They have them on board. But you won't see most of them except 1, 2, 3 of the ones you know. Now, then, underneath them, they now have other hired, jobless, unemployed, and never really available, or should I say unemployable rogues that they have ruined their lives, young people. So they now give them money to open fake, faceless blogs. Okay? So, whenever Festus Otobokeyamo cook a lie, they will pass it to the fake blogs that they have opened. They are like nameless, faceless. I'm gonna. So, whenever these fake blogs publish the fake news, Festus Otobokeyamo, Bayo Nonuga, for Food Kayode, and some people within the presidency of Nigeria, they will now share those links from those fake sites. They will now share them to millions of their followers on social media. They know you are going to say it's a lie, it's fake news, it's a lie, but others will say, if Keyamo said it, it must be true or close to it. Or if Femi Kayode, maybe they don't really have that credibility per se. But there are people who actually listen to them. They feed them. So the moment they tweet them, the lies and fake news, others, their own job is to screenshot that. Others are just to wait a bit and see if Vanguard News is going to carry it. Then after Vanguard, let's say, is Punch going to carry it? So once they begin to see Sun, Punch, Sahara Reporters, and few others carrying the same headlines, they will now munch them, screenshot them. Ori WhatsApp, yeah. That's how they create and spread fake news. So if you now come out later and say, this is fake news, hey, Otobokeyamo, you shared fake news. It will now say, well, I didn't publish it. Somebody tagged me. I didn't know it's fake. So I just thought, well, I mean, let's move on. Let's move on from that. Do you understand what I just explained to you? That is how APC cook fake news. They don't share fake news for you to come and prove that it's fake or it's not. No. Like for them to prove to you that the news is real or allegation is real. No. Now you go they find out whether it's real or it's not real. When you come back to them, before you get back to them, they have cooked another one. So in the midst of that, they just keep rolling on until this weary for Food Kayode decided to misfire their own fake news that they carried. That this weary tweeted long epistle firing the army, telling them, don't try nonsense. If you think this is 1993, we will fight this democracy. People die for the but after this snuff, right? Kayode went on a Twitter rage because a fake news said Atiku met with military and they are discussing a coup. Now, you heard the way there where he said, after a few hours, Listen to him again.
Still on. So I've been asked to report back on Wednesday, and possibly I'll be going back there once a week. I think it's left to them, but they suggested to me until they now decide whether they feel the need to take the matter up and charge me to court, or whether they feel that I've done nothing wrong. But during the course of the discussion, I think it's fair for me to mention one or two things. I think it's very, very self-evident that some of the things that were said were regrettable. Why do I say so? When news comes out, like somebody's meeting with army officers, perhaps one should have not simply said it and believed it and accepted it, or even said, well, even if true. Perhaps another course could have been taken, which is perhaps to say, okay, let me ask the authorities privately. Let me try and find out before I say anything at all. And I think I would concede that point, that, look, you know, sometimes we have to be a little bit more circumspect, especially given the fact that they pointed out that the medium that issued that statement is virtually faceless. And, you know, so
that's somebody who is working for a presidential candidate of the ruling political party, whose president of the country is the chairman of their campaign. Guess what? He is meant to be very close to the asshole Rockaby. Tifnumbu is meant to be close to the asshole Rockaby. But you know something? This onibara ala tenujala jehora ala jebaras. These shameless, people that I actually share tribe with, Yoruba. These are the shameless ones that will kind of validate your belief that some Yorubas are actually shameless. I agree. They don't have any shame. Wherever the food is served, they will kill. But that's not all of us. So, you should know that. So for Food Kayode doing his job, spreading fake news, dividing people, rhetorics like the Igbos this, the Fulanis that. In fact, you can tell through the whole facade that, if person normal, what are you doing with APC Egbekegbe in the first place? I'm asking you, what are you doing with APC Egbekegbe if you normal? Now you're going to be asking that, where do you want me to be? I'm not asking you to be anywhere. I'm just saying, like, even if you don't have anything to do with your life, if you don't care about your life, what are you doing with APC Egbekegbe? Okay. Anyway, let's go forward. The last time we heard that Peter, well, I did say to you that Peter Obi was in Lagos, where they said he is intimidating Kolu in his own city, something that others actually debunked. He did also go to see the Are Ona Kakanfo of Yoruba land. I think I'm going to take you through that because the trip from Ladipo to Ikeja, from Ikeja, now today, right, to Enugu, from that Enugu straight to Anambra. Is Unewi not in Anambra, Onitsha? I don't know. I do mix them up, by the way, okay? But let's go back to that Lagos. What did we see yesterday and how did it go down? So, yeah, start with this. like on replay, like on loop. Just sing it on Obi Gangezo. Oh yeah, Gama. Sorry, I've been singing nonsense, right? I believe it's nonsense I'm singing, but you get what I'm trying to do here, right? Let's go to where they are not singing. When he met with Are Onokakanfo of Yoruba land, what did he tell him? A fraction of that, what he said. I want to share that with you. Then I'll take you straight to Enugu. Then from Enugu to Nnewi in Anambra. I've been told. I was right. Onitsha is in Anambra. Nnewi is in Anambra. I've been to Onitsha. Of course, well, I passed through Onitsha. Just I've never been to Nnewi. And I believe that's Anambra too. Anyway, let's go back to that Lagos. Ikeja, where he met with Are Onokakanfo, right?
You go see people from Afghanistan, everything. They are the ones who are driving taxis, Hardship, everything in Dubai and everything. And repatriating money to their people. We can export them. We will double our foreign remittances just by educating this people. And I'm going to see everybody. In the south here, it's the same thing. Ondo can feed itself. Have shoreline, have all the minerals, have all the oil, have farmland where you can do what you want to do there. Lagos remains what it is today. Lagos has no improvements for years. Lagos will have been the transshipment of the world. Nigeria is today, even to fly out, we go to Ethiopia. Ethiopia is on the edge. Nigeria is at the center. We can't go to an edge transit. We're at the center of Africa. Nigeria should have been the transition hub if we have governance. The way it is in Dubai, that's the way it is. Nigeria would have been the transition hub. Make this the financial center. It is a simple thing. We have today, we have issue with our foreign exchange because we are not exporting anything. Foreign exchange, the foreign exchange rate is a function of your reserve. Your reserve is a function of your exports. We're not doing anything. For a country this size, 200 million people living on 923,000 square kilometers of land. Our total exports 2021 was 18.9 trillion naira. At 650 per dollar is about under 30, just about 30 billion.
So are you quoting central bank rate or the normal outside rate?
No,
650.
650 because I combine the two of them. What I do is I combine central bank, combine what I can buy, because that's the official rate.
Okay.
The official rate is what is available outside. Because central bank rate, only people like you can get it, I can't get it. What people like me can buy it. So I combine the two of them and find an average to know, because the other one is not available to be ordinary. So for me, it's the average. So if you use it, it's about $30 billion for a country of this size. Compare it to your comparable states in the same year. I always use Vietnam. Vietnam is a country I know where they were a few years ago. Vietnam is 100 million people. So it's half of Nigerian population. Living on 331,000 square kilometers. So they live on a 1/3 of our land and half of our population. Their export is over $350 billion. We couldn't do 10% of what they did in the same year, including oil. They didn't export natural materials. They produced and exported manufactured goods. Vietnam did more in footwear, which you can call not the food. They didn't, food is not included. It's just the wear. They did more than that than we did in oil. Oil gave us about 15-point-something billion. They did 18 billion in footwear. And I have 60,000 shoemakers in Aba who are not doing anything. Who have 30 minutes access to the sea for export, which we can change. What am I trying to do? There's factor endowment everywhere in Nigeria. So what we want to do is to start Nigeria that works for everybody. Nigeria that will work for everybody. When I mean it work for everybody, sir, it will work for everybody. And people will be proud to say, we are Nigerians. How we're going to do it is to start what I'm trying to explain to you today. Secure, unite Nigeria, make it productive, stop people from stealing public money. Public money must be used for public good. If you have opportunity of serving, please serve the people and go home. This year's election, in 2 weeks' time, is to ensure that this election is not by tribe. No tribe is saving Nigeria. No ethnic group is saving Nigeria. It is bad for Yorubas. There's poverty in Yoruba land. It is bad for the Igbos. There's poverty in Igbo land. It is bad for the Hausas, for the Fulani, everywhere. No tribe is secure. The North, where the president and everybody is no more secure than here. So we don't want this election to be that. We want it to be election for Nigeria. We don't want an election by religion. We've had that nonsense in the past. No religion buys bread cheaper. I've asked Muslims, if you see where you sell bread cheaper, show me, because then Christians will come and buy the bread and go back and continue their church. Or Christians, show me where you do bread cheaper. I had a friend who was a pastor in Kano. He told me he started free food. He was shocked that on Sundays, Muslims come during the time they serve food to fold them and eat the food. And they go back and continue their religion. But then he serve food, he noticed that when he's doing church, he has about 200, 300 people. One church ate to good food, they have over 1,000. Because everybody will come to eat the food. Because that's what it shows, that no tribe buys bread cheaper. Everybody's hungry. And there's no religion, doesn't have hunger, there's nothing. Cannot. Nobody has ever lived by saying, I believe in God, I won't eat today, you die.
God has no religion.
It's the song. So you must. So we don't want it to be anybody's turn. It is turn of our children, it is turn of the youth, the women, to take back the country. No more what. This election is going to be by character we can trust. And that character begins by identifying yourself. My vice presidential candidate, Dati Baba Ahmed, is an alumnus of University of Maiyegun. Whether it was one day that he spent there or 2 days, he's an alumnus of the University of Maiyegun. He's an alumnus of the University of Westminster, where he did his PhD in economics. He's an entrepreneur. He has 2 functional universities. Everybody knows who he is. And he's alive. So is our party chairman, national chairman, who would have come with me this morning and asked me, Judas Abure, is it? My name is Mr. Peter Obi. Everybody knows I'm an alumnus of the University of Nigeria, Lagos Business School, Said Business School, Oxford University, George Business School, Cambridge University, IMD in Switzerland, Kellogg Graduate School. I can go on and tell you, they're documented. If you go to Oxford now and say, Peter, they will show you my alumni number. If you press it and say, University, Cambridge, they will show it to you. It's clear. I've worked, I'm a businessman. I built a business. I built a business.
What's going on, Charade? What's going on, Charade?
Ghanaians be like, wow, what's going on, Charade? I told you the guy bragged differently. Yeah, it does. It brags differently. I am this, I am that, and all of that. But it's also precise too. Now, you can criticize him. Like, you will hear what he had to say. And you can take him on that. It's beyond just saying he's lying. Because some of you are like, oh, he's lying, he's lying. He's just lying. You continue to lie to us. That's unintelligent. Do you know that? You can take him up on what he is saying, right? Counter him on that. Than somebody that is just actually like, God. Now, you listen to that now, Abi. Listen to this again. This was Kolu from the emo clip that you listened to earlier. Just listen to about 3 minutes and compare to what you listened to just about a few minutes just now, yeah? Let's try that.
We don't want that no more. And they want to come back. They want to come back on those lies. Will you vote them? Will you vote for liars? No. You vote for people who could not distinguish between regulation of civil service and separation and conflict of interest. The day their leader asked the question, what did you do to make money? He said he's a car dealer. Whereas in the civil service regulation, you can only do agriculture. And then you search no car dealership. Line number 1. Final confession.
I know it can be depressing. All right? I just want you to compare that. Somebody said, what is going on in the Temple of Truth? It's like the Temple of Truth is deviating from Biafra, Yoruba nation, to Obi for president. You see, there is something that some of you kind of love to bring up. Like I have explained many times. This is not Yoruba nation, Oduduwa nation, what do you call it, diary. Do you understand that? This is not Biafra or IPOB diary. You should know that. This is Maiyegun's diary Politico. Politics. It is more or less like letting you know how much politics contribute to everything that is wrong with Nigeria today, including the potential breakup of Nigeria. Hello? I am not a weatherman. Okay? This is Maiyegun's diary Politico for over 10 years now. A lot of you became disciples and then the campaigners of Yoruba Nation Biafra just about a year or two ago. I don't change like that. I'm not a weather person. Do you understand? The injustice that the Nigeria system is meting at those who are standing up for their own legitimate right to self-determination is what? It's a universal right that Nigeria has been doing so well to criminalize. The injustice they are meting at you, which ended up being meted at my own people too, is probably what attracted you to this platform. This is not Yoruba Nation diary. This is not Biafra diary. This is Maiyegun's diary Politico. Please. And I speak a lot about how much, like I said, their politics and the rest is also what? Pushing the rest of us to wherever we are right now. And that will never then automatically turn me to somebody who is going to be like, I'm going to give you Yoruba Nation, or I'm going to give you a Biafra. Don't be that daft. And please, if that should somehow make you feel disappointed, well, I never appointed you in the first place. Okay? If you have any misconception about my platform, that is your problem. Are you now trying to promote Obi? That is also your own headache. Because I can't actually like a babysit adults on Maiyegun's diary Politico. Something that has been in existence for over 10 years. I'm not going to sit down here and babysit you. I've told you many times, I have my conviction. I have my own conviction. And my conviction is that no matter what they do with Nigeria, are you with me? It is never, ever, ever going to work. And we all know why. Then I said, my conviction is that until Nigeria actually go back to either the autonomous independent region that they were, or a total breakup of Nigeria. But that is a process. Do you know that? I don't want to turn to your, I've told you many times, don't come here and think that I'm going to turn to somebody who is going to say what you like when you like it. That is not why they call this place the Temple of Truth. And I've told you many times, because I speak more about this conviction, right? Automatically doesn't change my platform to become your sanctuary, as you would like to put it. A lot of people have tried to make me become one, by the way. And it all happened on this platform, and I keep explaining to you that listen to me. I am Maiyegun, okay? I am not your human rights activist. I am not your, what do you call it, somebody who is coming to fight for you. If you are not ready to fight for yourself, I will fight for myself. And if I see other people who are also willing to fight for themselves, right, then we can team up and eventually, make something happen. I'm not going to self-appoint myself as somebody who is coming here to save you. Save who? I've told you this many times, and I'm not going to sit down here to babysit adults. So if you think you are on the wrong place, maybe somebody should be waking up every day and be shouting, I'm going to give you Biafra on this or so. Oh, I'm going to give you Yoruba. No, come on. Get the fuck out of here, please. And stop asking me that stupid question. Like, Maiyegun, are you now? I'm not going to babysit you. All right? Again, let's follow them straight to, what do you call it? Let's follow them straight again to Enugu, I think. I'm so sorry I didn't understand most of what you had to say. Yeah? Of course. For those who understand, I'll come back here and tell you what I believe he said. And others can actually help out. You know something about politics? Let me tell you. Okay? For a country, right, to break up finally, are you with me? There's something called a treaty. And that treaty of, they call it treaty or article of independence, there are processes that lead to that. But guess what? Every single part of that process that will lead to the breakup of a country is politics. Whatever anybody tells you, if anybody posts himself as your messiah or somebody who is going to wherever, believe what you want to. I am not that person. Okay? I don't live a fool's world. Do you understand? I actually prefer something that is more practical. I don't deal with people who believe that some spirit is controlling them or spirit tells them what to. I'm not like that. Do you understand? But when people are ready with the right to orientation and education, you will realize that every step of the way that will lead to a new country, creating a new country out of another country, right, is actually politics. So you better start learning that. And it is also a process. Nobody is going to give you anything without the real process that follows it. So you can believe whatever you want to believe. I am just not here, okay, to feed your fantasy. And if that makes you feel like it's not saying what we like, you can go fuck yourself again. It's as simple as that. Because I may not be able to help you. I may not be able to say all you want to hear. But we tell you what you need to know and what you need to hear. Okay? The actions of these criminals affect you as long as Nigeria is still Nigeria. Listen to this. Even if you have picked up another citizenship from another country, okay? Whatever happens in Nigeria will still affect you. You can paint in your head that you are no longer part of Nigeria. You are now Biafra. You are no longer part of Nigeria. You are now Yoruba nation. But guess what? We are talking about Naira scarcity. We are talking about fuel scarcity. We are talking about insecurity. All of this are happening in Nigeria, which Biafra is part of. Yoruba nation is part of. Nigeria is still what Nigeria is. So you are still going to get affected. So you can lie to yourself. You can paint whatever you want to paint in your head. But excuse me, all right? I am not going to feed your fantasy. If you want to live in that world, please be my guest, right? Again, let's go back to that Enugu. What did he tell them there? As grabbed, they said this place is a market in Enugu, right? Obi. just in case again, okay? Some people may feel like, Maiyegun, you don't need to curse. Excuse me. I can curse anytime I want. I do what I want. Do you get that? Some said that I don't need to be petty. In fact, people have told me that I'm actually arrogant. You know, when people feel like the way he talks. See, all those things don't make any goddamn sense to me anymore. Right? How you see Maiyegun or what you see Maiyegun as is completely your own making. And I can't really control that. I don't want you to like me. All right? But at the same time, whatever you think of me is yours. But here is the point. In the world that I live in, the one that I know better of is that you can say this. There are people who have been like psychologically like conquered through many means, religion or what have you. People have told me that I should guide it because they would prefer me to be politically correct. They said, but you can still deliver your message without having to be insultive. I said, I want to be insultive. I mean, who the hell are you to tell me that I don't have to be something just to make you feel comfortable? Abi werenini. Don't be too petty. You are too insulting. See, when I speak like that and you get insulted, it's because that's exactly what you are feeling when you are there typing. Maiyegun, the one-man mopo, right? As I am, I don't let you, or how you feel, that they will say like being politically correct. I took all those out and I direct that message to the same people who feel offended simply because I'm not fitting into the textbook of whatever they are looking at. Okay? When I get in any way, talky and then like a petty and attacky and the rest of that, don't make it look like I'm just doing them like random. There are conversations that leads to that. And talking about these criminals, and whoever feels like, oh, you don't have to. Those are the things I can say, and I don't feel any remorse about them. No, I don't. You're offended. Ask others. Ask around. I do actually offend people for a living. Ask those that will tell you they don't like Maiyegun. They will say, don't listen to him. It's very insulting. It's very petty. It doesn't like, he can start cursing and Baba. Anything or about you don't understand. If I am having a conversation and the conversation leads to somewhere that we need to actually curse you repeatedly, wholeheartedly, from the bottom of my heart, Baba, I know they hold back. If you feel offended, save yourself this mental stress, okay? You can leave. Like, well, anyway, that's your choice anyway. So you can leave because it's not going to really change. And it's not really going to diminish what we have on MaiyegunsDiary Politico. It's hot. It's blunt. It's insulting. It is many things that you might want to describe it as, but it is one thing. It is always the truth. Take it as you like it. I don't like this guy. Why is he insulting people? I'm insulting people. Let's go to that Enugu. I'll go make another tea. When I come back, you understand what it means. Being petty. I do that for those who deserve them. I'm just saying. Right. Let's go back to that Enugu.
Brother, is
In the past 10, 20 years, all Nigeria
I am Nakambala. Yes. Yes.
Suffering.
Now, obedient to the new market, chance out of that. This is the good one. I don't know. This is the good one.
Yes.
Normal channel.
What other revenue sources can you identify, Your Excellency? What sort of funding models can we expect, from your government if elected to office? Borrowing? What sort of other funding mechanisms can we expect to use to fund our government budget?
I did it well, and I did it well, I'm proud, in Lagos. 600 million Naira a month internally generated revenue. Today, 50 billion Naira every month. I'm making it the 5th largest economy. Let's take one. I won't go to the rest. But right back to the revenue, your savings from oil subsidy. You have an increased revenue. You have a gap there, right? Right back. The opaque exchange rate into the revenue. You are not borrowing. Make your oil competitive. Attract foreign investment. If you attract foreign investment with incentives, you have expanded base of money coming in. All you have is a deferred tax period. A creative mind is a fertile land for growth.
Talking about, now that you've brought up, this oil revenue, foreign direct investments, can we discuss a bit more about
That's Kalu. It's going to, I don't know. Is it that I'm not smart that I find it so difficult to quote him, even when he just finished talking, right? Like, let me just repeat what he said. It's like, I'm going to have to try and rephrase so that it will have to be said, based on my own understanding of what he said. I'm sorry, I can't really quote him anyway, but what he was saying there is that he took the revenue, internally generated revenue of Lagos State from 600 million naira in 1999 to 50 billion. That's not true. Okay, that's not true. In fact, for the 8 years that Kolu was president, was governor of Lagos State, the highest that Lagos was generating was every month at the time was just about 10 billion naira a month. It's not him, but they've always ascribed the successors' achievements or whatever they managed to do. They've been ascribing them to him, like those ones never existed at all. But somebody said that, no, sorry, to 4 billion. Somebody, it wasn't even like 10 billion, to 4 billion a month. And from what we heard, the book of Lagos State is not even like opened. It is just what they told us. Remember, he has his company that's collecting instead of their own internally, their own LIRS, Lagos Internal Revenue Service, to take all your taxes, account for them and give you the update, right? His own company collects the taxes and then declare whatever they want, they will say they've received. So throughout Kolu's time as governor of Lagos State, right, the highest they generated under him until 2007 was just about 4 billion every month. Then Fashola came, and then they started increasing. They started doing their digitalized taxation and the rest of that. A template that the owners of the real owner of the Alpha Beta sold to Alpha Beta, and it started paying off, and they gave that credit to Tifnumbu. Or ask him how. It's just collecting tax, my people. You don't understand. They are not creating anything that is actually like earning or increasing that tax bracket. Nothing. It's Lagos, and all they do is collect the tax, collect it. When you begin to compare the infrastructure that they have managed to build with the revenue that they generate under review, and then the debts that is attached to those projects, then you begin to ask, what happened to the revenue they are generating in Lagos? So you can't really explain it to you. It's just all abracadabra that if they lose Lagos and they're no longer in charge of Lagos, that alone will open the Pandora box. What's going on behind the scene? Talking about Pandora, in that same NEDG, wherever in Abuja or in Lagos, where Kolu just spoke right now, Obi was there too. Listen to the question and listen to his answer quickly.
Thoughts around alternative funding models for the country as we look at the outlook for 2023. What sort of alternative funding models will you be thinking about? Because the borrowing is not sustainable.
Well, first is to discuss borrowing. There's nothing wrong in borrowing. Absolutely. It is what you use what you borrowed for to do. Borrowing is no country of the world that I know that is not borrowing money. None of them that I know that do not have debts. All of them. Even Norway with the 1.4 trillion sovereign wealth, it's still borrowing. Everybody borrows. Every country we've used as an example, even people those who are sophisticated, some professors. With my little experience as a trader, I know that the biggest country, which is America, today have almost 90% debt to GDP. Second one, China, over 60 to GDP. Japan is 230. Even Singapore, people cite every day, is 130% debt to GDP. The problem we have as a country is that the money we borrowed was just simply disappeared. Some swallowed by snakes, some swallowed by this. So nobody knows where the money went. So borrowing is not a problem. We will borrow more. I can assure you. We will restructure. Yesterday, I had a banker, a very top banker, and I respect. He said to me, Peter, I'm worried about this. You know, they said it's 70. If you add 40 something to 23 ways, that means, but you didn't add the borrowing of this year's budget, which is about 7 trillion. So it's about 77 now. By
So Kolu believe that if he removes subsidy or money being paid to subsidy, that money can be used to close the deficit in the budget gap. And with that, he will probably have no reason to borrow more. That's what he said in his own video. Even though Kolu actually supports borrowing, he said it. He said, what is wrong if we print more money? There's no money, print more money. Create a credit system that people can actually be able to buy things on credit. These are his own economic ideas. But the other one, which is Obi, that one is saying that there's nothing wrong in borrowing if what you are borrowing for is what you use the money for, which means you'll be able to pay the what you borrowed back, and then you keep the infrastructure you use that for. But in Nigeria, they have been borrowing and doing all of that only for snakes and other animals to eat the money. So immediately, in Nnewi, they said that, I think I'm going to show you that, okay? That of Nnewi. I have a video from there, and that was Obibo. There is a poll. Let me show you. There's a particular poll that this is what these guys are telling their audience, I would say, or their followers or their supporters, okay? However, polls keep saying that Obi is going to beat these people if more people actually comes out to vote. Meanwhile, INEC, their own INEC in Nigeria, has already delineated 240 polling units because they said there will be no voters in them. Now, all of these are going on, and I will share this with you in a moment. It's out there. Look at them. They call them the Kwakol research. What did they put in there for the diary? I'm going to share that with you before we call it a night. Well, somewhere in the Nnewi. That's the name we are being Anambra. You see, let me tell you something. This MaiyegunsDiary Politico means different things to different people. That is why if you are new here, all right, don't take anything to heart, okay? You see, when I talk about Tifnumbu, the jaga, 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 the jaga. Agreement is agreement, yo. Agreement is agreement, yo. Without reaching for settlement, you can't determine nonsense.
Some people think say you dey do juju.
Is this a joke? They will never go free.
Them dey burn face oh. Oh yeah, that wood them dey burn face for. Busy body yeah. You're so wicked they walk oh.
You know, as I'm watching on television now, they paint them.
Sorry, sorry. You get what happened, right? I froze. That's what happened. I froze. And then I had to quickly, put something in and get that fixed because we're almost coming to the end of the broadcast anyway. So I was saying that if you are new on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, right? And you get to a segment or a section where I begin to fire back. And you begin to hear names like Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, Buhari Danes, Buhari Diderins, Buhari Denotus, Buhari Dijatus, Buhari Shukus, Unekaharis, Unamdiaris, and all that, right? Or sophisticated morons, ombud slaves, obedient fools, all those names, right? If you are new here, you will think, why are you talking like that? Why are you being so abusive, Baba? We have been like this for 10 years, okay? And you know something? It is because those that I am calling, they don't miss MaiyegunsDiary Politico. And usually we remind ourselves and say, I don't like them. They don't like me. That they are part of the viewers doesn't make them a member of the Temple of Truth. But they love to be here because there's so much they grab from here. So if you see, it got to a stage whereby the people that you think I'm insulting in your own moral, whatever life there, yeah? They will come here and say, I am a proud Kolu member, a supporter. I am a proud Buhari Diderins. Another will tell you, I am a repentant Lagos Abobaku. Others will say, see, I am a die-hard social media bandit of APC. Some will say, now abroad I am a Abroadian Buhari idiots. But I like Maiyegun because he says the truth. Although I don't like the way he bashes Ashiwaju all the time. The way he tackles APC all the time. But he says the truth. So, Baba, if you come here, they catch feelings. They search for respect for criminals. Their supporters know, say, we no respect them. Even their supporters know, say, I no respect them. Their supporters too. And they don't like me too. So when I begin to talk in that direction, stop putting yourself in the middle with your moral compass. Maiyegun, don't talk like that. Don't use the F word. Maiyegun, you need to abayin shieni. Be careful. So I didn't know what they are telling themselves, but their media, or should I say their poll, keeps saying that Obi will beat them silly. Sure you get. For me, I'll be spectator. Just reason says if Obi win one state, he is going to celebrate on his behalf. Win the call, win in it. That's what Just reason or somebody there said. Win the call, win in it. If they declare just one single state for him, they will say, Ejerorama promise. Ejerorama hope illegally. Come on, some things will happen. Oh, I don't wish any of you evil. I told you don't put any emotional expectation, attachment to what is going on in Nigeria, or else you go suffer in private. So come tell us later about how disappointed you, and they would disappointed. Are you following their election? You have candidates in their election, and not really Maiyegun. It's just that I thought we all agree that we are going to be spectators. We know they vote. They know they vote us. We know they call anybody. But we are indeed following what they are doing, Abi. I'm telling you, all of them will be say close set somehow. You still expect APC, PDP to slug it out, and they keep reminding you that no be so it be like say the whole thing don't switch it don't shift . So if you are one of those expecting that it cannot win one local government, it cannot win one state, it cannot win all of that, fine. Just make sure that there is no emotional attachment to it. I don't want to be announcing gone too soon for any member of this platform. Here you get. I don't want to do any gone too soon. I don't want to be doing gone too soon for you because of the news that will be coming from Nigeria. No, put your emotion in it to accept if you have just been lying to me. So the poll says that it's going to beat them. So one way or the other, maybe na heart, maybe na kidney, maybe na intestine, a lot of things will be busting after 25th of February. And I'm here as the GO of the Temple of Truth to keep the record up to date. Where is another one? No? In their own research, there's no much time. I'm just going to go through them. Are you with me? I'm going to go through them with you on the screen. And you can actually look them up and go and read much of them. So this one is more scientific and more specific of those they targeted, right? And the same thing like the, what's that? Steers poll said that if Numbu is your next president, if few of you, traditionally, that the way you normally vote according to religion, according to tribe, according to every other thing that you normally in your election, no matter how bad, horrible APC, Egbekegbe have performed, if all of una follow the normal trend, seriously, now APC go still lead you. No be me talk more. Now they are poll they talk more. Some are saying God forbid bad thing. God forbid bad thing. Amen. Amen. Amen in Jesus' name. Abi? Sure, okay. Good. But the poll says that if a lot of you come out, now person will get PVC, they come out, Abi? Or person will find a name, Abi? That's another set of rigging that we wish you well, yo. But this particular poll says Peter Obi will beat. Now, listen, the number one person that is likely going to be your next president in Nigeria, if a lot of you come out, is Peter Obi, and his chance is about 53%, according to these people. Right? But if less of you come out, Natif Numbu will be your next president. Or the whole thing is going to what? Go into a rerun. Now, look at this, the way they put it, gender, which is male and female, according to registration, okay? If you go further, classification, they said, see the classification on your screen anyway, so I don't need to be talking like you can't see, right? So, they said geopolitical regions where respondents are registered, the people they spoke to, and their percentage and where they are, this is what they have on, okay? The percentage from northwest, southwest, north central, northeast, south-south, southeast, and that, right? Then going forward, using their own diagram, okay, they now put them into Labour Party, PDP, APC, ANPP, and other. Now they said vote intent by respondent for presidential election. When they ask all the people they polled, when they put everything together, they said Obi will beat them silly. Look at that figure. I know you are laughing right now. Maiyegun, do you believe this? It's not about what I believe or not. I'm giving you something that you can always go back to. in few days' time, or even in few years' time. And then you probably will never be in the category of those that will be asking themselves, how did we get here? How did we get here, Seth? This is the journey to where God knows Nigeria is taking you. The Golgotha. So this is sweet, especially for the obedient, who they call the silent voters. The people that want to silently punish APC and PDP. But APC and PDP are still living in their own dream of they play. Where is the structure? When the Labour Party structure is collapsing here, collapsing there, and people are saying that, okay, so we have structure now. We thought they said that PDP didn't have any structure. Labour Party didn't have any structure. Which structure is collapsing into PDP and APC? They play. So everybody is telling themselves they play. APC will tell Labour Party they play. PDP will tell Labour Party they play. Lesson will be learned. Then Labour Party, obedient, will be telling the two of them they play. About 10 days to go. There's no point in trying to there's no point in trying to like tear our shirts here now, okay? They are counting the days. If the riot didn't start before then, if the riot start before then, you may kiss election goodbye. It's not my making. It's not your making. It's the making of those who are like playing this game. You are all actors in these scripts. You just didn't know, right? Now, here is another part, right? They said how the respondents intend to vote in presidential election, right? They said this is how polled registered want to vote for APC, right? Those who are in the ages of 18 to 34, 34 to 49, 50 to 69, 17 and above. In all of this, Peter Obi poll also came back like so good. Like everybody of age group want to vote for him, according to this poll, right? Then they said our respondent intends to vote in presidential election, right? Are based on, where's that? Registered voters, based on those who vote, right? Now, look at this. The green, the light green, and the light green. I don't know. So, at this one, it seems that he also came back very well too. Right? Because now in own, that is his own, that is, hang on. Yeah, his own is Labour Party is that of a less deeper green. A poll is saying this, so not me. Here is another one, which is also polling people based on their monthly income. How much do you collect if you are working a month? And who are you going to vote for? Their poll also came back again to favor Peter Obi again. Like everything. Now, here is another one. Women, Women, who would you like to vote for if you are to vote? Again, he came back that he's going to beat them, right? Men also came back that he's going to beat them. Okay, so another one says, registered voters across Nigeria based on their highest education according to their education. Baba, he also came back. He also beat them. So they started their forecast. This is where their forecast now goes into. The worst case scenario, this whole thing will go into a runoff whereby there will not be any clear winner. So if the runoff should go in this way or that way, I'm sorry, I'm just going through the whole thing like I should be explaining to you, but I just want you to know that this is up, right? And that simply means that a lot of people, simply because of this will be in it, is making it even difficult for the posters, pastors and everybody to confidently say Tifnubu will win or Atiku will win. Their conventional media or their media will tell you that they are leading, they are this or that. And that is now what will bring me to this stage, right? Listen, the obedient believe that they are silent people who are going to crush the establishment. The establishment sees them and the establishment supporters sees them as just irritants. That after 11 days now, you will not hear about them again. And Obi, it will disappear. You will never hear from him again. Now, here is the conclusion. If they don't change their election date, if there is no riot that will envelope all over Nigeria in 10 days, and they don't shift that election, right? We'll figure out in 10 days who are those who are going to actually have the real outbreak and How do you think they are going to handle them? Right? The obedience said that if they are rigged like the normal way, they will not accept it. And indeed, that too will spring up, the revolution, and Obi should stay out of it. Stay out of it, oh, it no be your business, oh, face them, oh. Some people believe that too, right? Others believe that Obi is just a joker. Now, imagine if you have been believing that it's a joker. It's just wasting the time. Baba, forget it, Jare. Right? And then you wake up on the 27th of February and they said that Obi is leading, or is about to be the president. How are you going to handle it? The jokers are about to take power from the power brokers, Abi. Are you going to activate the second phase? Tribal war, ethnic war, or religious war? I am saying all of this because whatever you have been telling yourselves all this while, we go show you. No, we go show you. No, we go save Nigeria. Oh, we go crush you. See, calm down. In 11 days, you have your time. You have the full day. Maiyegun, General, from the Temple of Truth, I will be very close by watching what you do to yourselves. I'm just asking. Because as it is right now, if you are writing them off, you are just trying to console yourself because it is unbelievable that this is even happening, Abi. So the rest of us in the fringes, the rest of us that the PDP and APC have worked together to now criminalize for asking for self-determination, something that is politically legal, and they will continue to criminalize it as long as it is a threat. Yeah, it's a threat. Breaking up of Nigeria into what it used to be or what it should be is a threat to the comfortable life of all these rogues. But for now, we may not have enough power to get all of them arrested, locked up, and take back our own country from within Nigeria. Yeah? Or if they have to self-destruct themselves, kiss the dust in the process, lose everything at the end of the day, well, that can be a consolation for people like us. Because you know what? We never ask for violence. Self-determination is your right. Referendum is not war. But in Nigeria, the rhetoric is that do you want to break up Nigeria? You want to cause war in Nigeria? But yet, thousands of Nigerians are either killed or living in the bondage of their kidnappers. Those who ensure of that are now gaslighting everybody that have now become so distant from the same system. They're accusing you of not being patriotic and all that. In 11 days, something will change. Guess what? And it's going to be in that Nigeria. I don't know how prepared you are. I can smell it. I can smell it. It is cooking. And these guys have already outdone themselves. When that happens, it is called pressing the self-destruct button. I am here to witness the violence for that. And on that note, I'm going to say I wish you well. And I wish you what you wish yourselves. Pay attention very well. If you have any emotion if you have any emotion left in you, please don't waste it on any of these rogues in their politics of violence and bloodletting. Because whatever happens in this month, whether they have election or not, trust me, it doesn't matter which side of the aisle you belong to. And everybody it go touch. And at the same time, it is also going to be a defining moment for so many of us. I am prepared. Are you? Are you? I don't know. I'll see you some other time. So thank you so much for spending your evening with me again on the Temple of Truth, Maiyegun's Diary Politico. I will see you some other time. If you think it's worth it, subscribe, like the broadcast, share it, so you won't miss you would never miss this again. Or just unsubscribe and save yourself the trauma if you think I've just been too rude. It doesn't really matter. You will be back, just like me. I'll see you some other time, and good night. From here.
àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Maiyegun Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.